Welcome to the PowerPoint presentation, Class 9, Subject English. The Little Girl, author Catherine, made by Anne Mary Singh, Army Public School, Ranikhet. About the author. Born 14th October 1888, Wellington, New Zealand. Died 9 January at the age of 34. Fontainebleau, France. Pen name Catherine Mansfield. Nationality New Zealand. Literary movement Modernism. Spouse George Bowden, John Millington Murray. Partner Ida Constance Baker. Specific objective of the lesson. The special objective of teaching this lesson is to educate the children some of the integral facts of child psychology. They must be aware of the universal intention of their parents. The parents are their well-wishers, though they are looking strict. Introduction. This is a story about a little girl. She feared her father greatly. She thought that he was hard-hearted and strict. She always avoided him. He often rebuked her. Once he beat her severely for tearing his important paper. But one night her mother was in the hospital. The little girl was afraid of the dark, but her father consoled her. She slept beside her. Then she realized that her father was very good. Theme of the story. The story is based on the theme of a young child's point of view about her father. Children take time to understand the action of the elders. Till then, they tend to develop a negative opinion and sometimes even distrust. However, as kids grow older, their attitude towards their elder undergoes change. The theme of this story is based on this process of change that makes little children notice the soft and caring heart of their overly strict elders. Theme 2. Parents need to punish their children when it is necessary to do so, and children who have been punished exceedingly too much or too less undergo poor development. Kezia's father belongs to the wrong kind of parents. His act of upbringing his little child was unfit, and the instance of his hitting Kezia was ruining his very important species was unjustifiably wrong. On one side, the sheets were important for him, but the fact that Kezia ruined them for making him a birthday gift stands strongly against the father. Character sketch. Kezia. She is like a normal little girl. She is afraid of her father, as we all do. She almost hated her father, but later she realized her father loved her and he cared about her. Kezia's father. He is a strict man, but he loves and cares for her daughter. He made Kezia feel better when she was getting nightmares. Kezia's mother. She is also strict as Kezia's father. She wanted Kezia to follow orders of her father. She used to tell Kezia, if you wanted to be a good girl, she need to follow orders of her father. Kezia's grandmother. She is an old, humble lady. She took care of Kezia when she was scolded and beaten by her father. She wanted Kezia to have good relationship with her father. She always used to encourage Kezia to talk to her father, to give him surprise gifts. Summary. Kezia was a little girl who lived with her mother, her father, and her grandmother. She was afraid of her father and used to avoid him. She used to feel relieved on seeing her father go to his office. Kezia was so afraid of her father that she stuttered in front of him. He appeared to her as harsh, rude, and critical. Her grandmother wanted her to understand her parents better and would ask her to go to the drawing room to chat with her parents, but she found them indifferent towards her. One day, grandmother suggested that she should prepare a pincushion for her father's birthday. Kezia stitched the three sides of the pincushion casing. Now she wanted to stuff it with something. In her mother's room, 6 number, the bed table, she found many sheets of fine paper. She tore them off into small pieces and filled the pincushion and stitched the fourth side. By mistake, she had used the very papers which contained her father's very important speech for the Port Authority, though she accepted her mistake and tried to explain the reason behind it. Her father was too angry to listen to anything and punished her with the ruler of her palms. She failed to understand the punishment met out to her, which she had already accepted her mistake. Bitterly she said, "What did God make fathers for?" One evening she saw Mr. McDonald's playing with his 5 children, laughing and enjoying with them. This convinced Kezia that all fathers are not alike. Some are loving and caring like Mr. MacDonald, and some are cruel like her father. But soon her attitude towards her father also changed. One day her mother had to be taken to the hospital and her grandparents and her grandmother accompanied her. Kezia was left alone in the house with the cloak. The day was fine, but night was a different issue. She woke up in the middle of the night screaming as she had a horrible nightmare. She was weeping out of fear. When she opened her eyes, she saw her father beside her bed. He carried her to his bedroom and made her warm and comfortable on his bed. Father told to rub her feet with his legs and set them warm. She felt very safe and comfortable with him. It was now she realized that her father was not all that of a giant, that he loved and cared for her in his own way, that he had to work the whole day to provide for his family and was too tired by evening to play with her. Now, to be continued in another PPT. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.